Well, thanks to a viewer from y'all's channel, we got a new golf ball sent to us, or dropped off, I guess. We know nothing about it, so let's learn together.
See what it is.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so the Sniper Send It, the F20DR. What in the world is that?
I think send it's the tagline.
Send It. Send It is the
Full,
tagline.
it's what the kids say. Full send.
Yeah, full send. That's what we're gonna do.
Crazy
today.
kiddos.
So we had the guys reach out and ask us to review this and see about bringing it into the facility. So yeah, we'll put it up and see. We don't have a whole lot of information on it. Their website is thesniperbrand.com, so you can go check it out. It's $23.99 for a dozen of them. They have some bulk pricing on there, more of a direct-to-consumer ball.
Literally on the box, the only other information from what Aaron and I have already said, which is not a lot, is it is a two-piece distance golf ball. So this is going to be like a Titleist
Tour Soft or somewhere.
Yeah,
that's what we're comparing it with. Is
Right.
Another two-piece golf ball. So on their website, doesn't have a lot of information. It does, however, say something that we like is that they give money back to first responders into the military.
Right.
So that's veterans and combat veterans and things like that.
Apparently the guy that started this, or guys, was a sniper in the military.
I believe that he had ties to the military. I'm, again, fact checked on that. There's just not a whole lot of information on it. But yeah, like Ryan said, two-piece golf ball. They claim that it's, goes further, but it still has a little decent soft feel. So yeah, let's see. Like I said, we're comparing it to the Titleist Tour Soft. So another two-piece golf ball. Hitting a 7-iron like usual. So we'll look at our normal stuff, ball speed, club speed. Maybe carry distance, kind of look at consistencies and things like that and see if we see a difference.
And yet another slightly different looking bay.
Yeah, new bay.
So we, if you remember when we first started shooting, we were in the big bays. Then we migrated down the road a little bit.
Yeah, over to
the
Aledo.
new private bay in Aledo. Some things may have happened there.
Yeah.
We have shifted back. We were back in the big bays again. So the last month and a half, 2 months worth of videos have been in the big bays again. And now we're in another bay. We got a nice partial golf course view now.
Yeah. So now we are
And a view of the lobby.
What we're calling the studio.
Yep.
So we'll be shooting our videos, recording our podcasts, and then doing lessons, club fittings. This bay is also available for rent if it's not being used for one of those purposes. So like your bigger groups can come in here and
Aaron and I come at an extra charge.
yeah. Yeah.
Either in lesson format or we can, I think it'd be fun. The podcast seems to be taking off much faster than YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you guys are watching, thank you. Or listening, I guess listening. But I think it'd be fun too, as if people wanted to come in, we could do a live podcast recording.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road. We've done one. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but still.
Yeah. It is blossoming. It's flourishing, all one.
But we've been averaging about 400 now listens per day. The first episode's been out for exactly 1 week, so it's starting to drop down in the 300s, more so than 400. We had a day of 620-ish, 623 or 4, just looking at the analytics. So yeah, it's kind of taken off, and 99% of it has been through Apple Podcast.
Yeah, that's what I figure most people are listening to.
It is, but that's okay. So if you have not subscribed yet to the E9 Golf Podcast, please do. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify,
Google.
and Google at the moment. And soon, hopefully soon if we get approved, Audible, which is also going to be part of the Amazon family. So Amazon Podcast. So
cool.
That's my podcast rant for the day, because that's round 2 today, or the E9 is going to be the podcast.
Let's send it.
Before you send it, let's change some stuff.
All right, let's get a couple.
Like Aaron said, we are comparing this sniper distance ball. I don't even know. I'm not going to try to remember the model. To the Titleist Tour Soft. We do have the foil dots on the golf balls to get more accurate readings after we got blasted for that.
Lord knows you can't. Whoa.
Aaron's swing does not feel good, and I managed to slice open my toe pretty solid over the little holiday break we took. Ooh, also, there's a golf hole right there now. So swinging a golf club of any kind for me is a little dicey at the moment. I tried it yesterday. A little blood came out. That's fine. At least it's not pus. Moist pus. It's like one of those words. There's two of those words in one thing. It's like, don't say that no more.
There we go. Now we're looking a little better.
Hey, I have a feeling we're going to be deleting shots as normal.
Yeah.
Let's try to get at least 4 decent ones out of this. So when you feel like you're there, let's make the old switcheroo.
Remove a couple of those first ones.
The fighter jets from the Joint Reserve Base are a-flying today.
Speaking of military, golly.
Yeah, they heard we were doing this and they decided, do I need to step in for you?
I got
Ain't going to go nowhere, but it'll probably be fairly straight. That was better. I mean, your club head's not even a mile an hour plus or minus. So that's a good sign.
Swinging it. Not only is it not going anywhere, but I'm also swinging it slow.
That's typically the repercussions.
There we go.
So, how many more do you need?
About 3.
3?
Small bucket.
Swings an unfolding lawn chair, Romes.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Hey, so you guys can't see it, but this used to be the putting green that's been converted. It can still be used as a putting green in a slightly more limited manner. I stuck my heel in this hole right here and about busted, so I about added stitches to my head when I landed on this nice solid wood piece. There's also a series of holes up here, and he just holed it out. That's why we said that.
Yeah.
So, wah.
Oh, give me another one.
Oh yeah, I gotta do something for you, don't I?
Nah, it's fine.
Well, I can hit that so it goes away. So
there we go.
Hey, that's straight.
Man,
it took a few swings. So right out of the gates, just kind of looking at the golf ball. I know that you switched.
Yeah, I'm switching.
Hold, Ryan. Now. So right out of the gates, let's talk about the appearance of the golf ball.
Yeah.
It looks, and again, so typically when we do these off-brands, when we did the Vice Pro plus the Snell, the Cut, all those other golf balls that are a direct-to-consumer, and to be honest, we're not sure if this is direct-to-consumer. I think that they probably are an open business model, which means they will do whatever anybody wants them to do. Mm-hmm. You can buy them directly from their website, so I guess in some capacity they are direct-to-consumer, but I'm pretty sure they will also sell them to golf shops if they want to buy them.
Yep.
Small companies typically have a tendency to want to sell any capacity that they can. Right. Most people don't take the Vice route and kind of say, we're just going to sell to people. We'll market ourselves. Don't worry about doing it for us. Thank you.
Yeah, you got multiple dimple patterns on it, different sizes. Looks like there is a seam on it.
Yep, just a little one.
Yeah, it's got, as far as their logo, line, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's pretty minimalistic, I would say.
Yeah,
reminds me of the original Top Golf with that. Remember the original Top Golf one because they had the sensor in it, which they all do. They don't do it anymore. But it reminds me of a little logo, and I know what it is. It's crosshairs for a sniper.
Yeah, it's crosshairs for a sniper rifle.
And then the number of the golf ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe custom, I don't know if they do custom play numbers, is inside of it.
Well.
But it's a minimalistic golf ball. I could say right out of the gates, it looks like a 2-piece golf ball. You know how we did the urethane test where you can kind of push your thumb into it?
It's got that kind of shiny sheen to it, yeah.
I mean, it feels firm. It feels like a 2-piece golf ball.
First rattle out of the box.
So one thing visually too, as Aaron hits a few, typically when manufacturers put the line, they put their model number down the one side of the golf ball and they've been adding arrows to either side. Mm-hmm. So instead of the model number on this, they actually put Sniper Golf, which is the brand, and there are 2 arrows on it, but it's like a neon green. I visually don't care for that. I'd rather that be just a solid black line. I'm sure there's people that don't care, but I do use, Aaron's also molting today.
Saw a hair out of the corner of my eye.
I say it says Sniper Golf. Does it actually say golf? It says
no. It says DR.
DR,
so
yeah.
I think I'm guessing that DR is like something that has to do with like that golf ball, like the F. What it said, the F. F20
oh yeah,
DR.
It's the F-20DR.
Yeah, so I'm guessing
there's probably a different
that they're going to have now. Currently,
it's a driver
on their website. That's the only
golf ball.
That's the only model.
Gotcha.
That they have on there.
They could be sold out of other ones or in development. We don't. I know that they're a newer company. I couldn't tell you when they started because, again, we were just kind of given this with not a lot of information.
Yeah.
And even on the box, typically you get a box of Pro V1s, Bridgestones, whatever. There's a whole plethora of what this golf ball's meant for, swing speeds, if like in Bridgestone's case. They'll even compare similar models inside that specific line. So like Pro V, it'll always compare it against Pro V, Pro V1X, all those balls. There isn't nothing on this one. Yeah. Model, name, and a little skull with a hat on in the website. So I'm going to say D- for packaging right out of the gates. It's just simple.
Simple, yeah.
But it seems it's a box. It's a golf ball box. But there's just not a lot to it. So, yeah, I don't care for that green because it's just visually it's unappealing.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
It's hard to see. I couldn't even make it up, sorry, as I whack you in the arm. All right, cool. So, as normal, we're going to break this down for you. So, on y'all's screen, the blue or the top one would be the sniper, and we're calling that red? The fuchsia. The fuchsia is going to be, you're fine right there.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
And the fuchsia, red, whatever color that is going to be the Titleist.
Titleist.
So, just real quick for our sanity purposes, your average swing speed was, or club speed, was 91.1 on the Titleist and 91.4. Way to be semi-consistent after deleting the bad one.
Yeah. Got them to where we had some consistent stuff in there. Those first few swings with the old Titleist wasn't the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I was going to say first two swings with the old Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not good.
All right. So right out of the gates, what did the balls feel like in comparison?
They really felt pretty similar.
Okay.
It didn't feel, and they sounded pretty good too.
Yep.
It didn't have that kind of, I don't know, you get some of those like cheap two pieces that are like your top flights and pinnacles. You get that like clicky, kind of high pitched click sound coming off of it. They sounded pretty dead, or not dead, but like muted,
like a two-piece golf ball.
It sounded like a two-piece ball.
If you don't get that tour click like you do with a Pro V, or you really got it with the Vice and the Snell, didn't get it with the Cut.
Yeah.
It's a more dead sounding golf ball because it is hard. I mean, quite frankly, a two-piece golf ball is all core with an outer layer.
Yeah, these two, just comparing it to the Tour Soft and that sniper ball, they felt relatively the same.
Yeah.
They both kind of they were fairly soft feeling. They didn't feel real.
They're soft feeling for what they are.
For what they are, yes, exactly.
Because if we said Pro V1X, like, well, no, obviously
not. No.
So I would be curious to see short game, like what spin was like with these.
Yeah, what they look like around
it's going to lack, let's be honest. A two-piece ball is not meant for those people looking for soft feel, spin control around. That's where Pro V, Snell, the MTB Black for them. That's where those balls come into play. These are meant for guys that just want pure distance and or
a cheaper ball,
fairly inexpensive golf ball, right? Yep. So in fact, let's talk about price real quick before we dive into the numbers. The Titleist
was $35 or $34.99 for a dozen, and then the sniper was $23.99 a dozen. So about $10, $12 less.
Hey, 10 or 12 bucks goes a long way when you're searching for them almost every hole.
Yeah, it's very true.
All right, so on that note, numbers. So again, swing speeds were about the same. So the Titleist, your ball speed was an average of 123.9 off the 91.1 club speed. And then on the what the hell is it called?
Sniper.
On the sniper, it was 123.5.
So whatever.
Comparable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, less than a mile an hour difference.
So that's, in looking at those numbers, what's nice to see is that a consistent club head speed, and we get a consistent ball speed with it. Like they're comparable coming off of the face.
Right.
I guess is what we can see there.
I think the other thing too is when you look at the consistency of those shots, again, the plus or minus, on the Titleist on ball speed, it was 1.4, which is good.
Yeah.
But on the sniper, it was 0.6.
Yeah,
that's pretty solid.
It's pretty tight.
Now again, that could have been you a little bit to a point.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's underneath the Titleist is impressive. Then we get to spin rate. Again, these golf balls are not designed.
They're designed to be a little lower spinning.
Right. And a 7-iron, 66. That's actually not bad on the Titleist for you. I would actually be pretty impressed you got that much spin.
Yeah.
But 66.08 on the spin rate with a consistency of 226, which is also nice and solid.
Yep.
And then up to the sniper, which is 67.60, so it spun a little more. but to an average of 352, or I'm sorry, a consistency of 352.
Yeah. So
again,
we're still staying under the 500. I
Yeah.
mean, that's with irons.
it's a little higher than I would wish it would have been, but at the same time too, it's not with this type of a golf ball. It's a golf ball that spins more like a Pro V. That consistency is a harder number to achieve in backspin. So I feel like a distance ball should be lower. I think it should be around 300, give or take a little bit.
Being that it's not spinning that much.
But it's not shocking. It's just I wish it was a little lower. I wish it was closer to where the Titleist was, to be honest with you. So, and then carry yardage. This is where I think we might see a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Because of the spin. The Titleist, you were averaging 171.2 on the carry to 176.2 on the total. And then with the Sniper, it dropped to 169.2 on the carry and then 173.3 on the total. And the consistency was, let's just call it similar, a little worse on the Sniper, but again, minuscule than it was on the Titleist. So I think the big thing here is that it felt the same, it looks very similar, but it wasn't quite as long as the Titleist. And again, that's probably that spin getting up there. I start to wonder how accurate sometimes cores can have a non-completely dead center center point, or like the core of the core, if that makes any sense.
And with a bunch of these golf ball reviews, I know people really like to see the ball cut. We're actually getting one today, so we'll start cutting these and looking at them and all that.
I like to blame Home Depot for not having them, but realistically, you guys have been building stuff. It's been the holidays. We just haven't gone.
We just haven't got one yet. But so I mean that may be something too. I don't know. Maybe the cores are a little different. I mean, who knows on that? But again, when you're comparing apples to apples, average golfer. I mean, I don't see a big enough difference to say, hey, that Titleist Tour Soft is the best golf ball and just destroys the Sniper golf ball.
And for golf balls in this price range too, there's always that price versus consistency. And so if it is a $10 difference, is a yard or two that big of a deal? I think there's some people that go, no, I want every ounce of yards I can get. Cool, go get the Titleist.
Do it.
If you're that guy that goes through golf balls a little faster than you might want to, I think everybody's that guy to a point, but especially how expensive they're getting. But for $10 less, are you okay with an average change of 2 yards? 2 yards less.
Here's the big question. Are you going to be okay in your foursome when everybody's teeing up a brand name golf ball to pull that out and tee it up?
That's true. I mean,
that's going to be, I think brand recognition and
golf,
I hit a Titleist. Well, no offense, who cares?
Right. I don't.
It does not matter.
Even as a professional, I've said this when we did the Vice Pro Plus review, I'm paying for my golf balls now. I'm not on staff with anybody. I don't get free golf balls. Vice is cheaper, and I get a very similar performance out of the Bridgestone RXS, which is what I would play if I'd given a choice. But the fact that I'm paying, $8 less per dozen? I don't give a damn. Because I have other professionals that'll give me a little bit of shit over it, because really you're playing a Vice, they don't even let pros sell it, and I go, well, listen, I'm not selling stuff, I know you guys are, and I'm sorry, and I try to support you guys. But I also am trying to start a business and have no money. So
I mean, two-piece golf ball, give them a look. And they do the same thing.
Bulk.
Like Cut.
Okay.
Cut, they will sell you an individual sleeve.
Oh, very cool. Try it out.
So you've got a dozen price, you've got a 2 dozen price, you've got a 6 dozen price, and you've got a 1 sleeve price. All of it's on their website. Go check them out. Again, I mean, if I have any complaints on it, it's just kind of the lack of information. But take that with a grain of salt.
Sure.
Fairly new company. They're getting their feet under them. They're probably spending more money on R&D and trying to get that golf ball out than they are on packaging.
We don't know because there's nothing on the website. I would say too, a consistency thing. I know you guys dropped a few days ago in one of the bays.
We had a guy get a hole-in-one with one about 10 minutes after I put it in the bay.
Sniper.
So
great for hole-in-ones.
There you go. Hole-in-one as soon as you put it down.
That's funny. I'd be curious to see the longevity, durability of it.
That's something that, like I said, we have them in Big Bay 1 in there. And so that's something that we're going to look at. So that was one of the things whenever he called and sent them over, was saying that the covers were really good on them.
So I would say do this for us. Follow us You know what? Follow us on E9 Golf Podcast. You can also follow Maverick Performance Golf on Instagram. You can follow 1611 Sports on Instagram. But maybe the E9 Golf Podcast Instagram can take hold of maybe in a week or two. Let's grab one and see it, and we'll give it a little mini durability review via the podcast.
Yeah, talk about it on there.
Yeah, just not on the podcast, just on Instagram.
Yeah,
Which,
pop it up.
right, do a little 2-minute like, hey, we did this review on the YouTube channel. Go check them out. But
Sweet.
So-
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, check the Sniper golf ball out.
yeah, it's
Go look at their website.
Sniper Golf Brand.
Sniper Golf Brand. No, Sniper Brand.
The Sniper Brand.
The Sniper Brand.
I just read it.
TheSniperBrand.com. And send it.
Full send. That's not their thing. That's just what the kids say.
Yeah, the kids. It's all about the kids.
Don't be like that guy. He looks like he had a bad round of golf.
Yeah, that was a tough day. So, go check the Snipers out. Thank y'all for checking in.
See you next time.